What's up, YouTube? So I got to ask the Roger and Zapp's peak and prime. When did it happen for Roger Troutman and Zapp? I want to say like 80 to about probably 85. From more bounce downs to probably like computer love. You know, one of the most funkiest sounding acts to come out of Ohio and in general. And Roger Troutman had done other things prior to that. He also had done some stuff with Son, another act out of Ohio. But with Roger and Zapp, with the family, with the Troutmans, they had hit the mother load. They had hit some big hits. I mean, had some cuts that you could show a bump to. He was a very strong guitarist, multi instrumentalist, keyboardist. Cause you know him for the talk box. That's what got him over more than anything. But as a strong instrumentalist, harmonica player, he was playing a lot of instruments, and Zapp was a funky band. I mean, remake of "I Heard It Through the Grapevine," which was a huge song from his debut album, "The Many Faces of Roger." One of those kind of acts that you know in the R&B world, definitely got crazy play, definitely got crazy love. Cause I mean, the stuff was hitting, it was slamming. Zapp had some tight jams, and so you know, he had before the smooth jams kicked in, and before everything. I think the other thing that happened was that taste had kind of changed, you know. But when you had songs like "Do Why Diddy," that was hitting. "I Can Make You Dance," they were hitting some jams. Roger's solo career, So Rough, So Tough. I mean, stuff like that that was pumping. I mean, they definitely had some bangers. You just couldn't, you know, they had some songs. All Right, which Be All Right was a tight song because if you remember, that be used for Tupac for Keep Your Head Up. So that bass line, those grooves, they definitely put some stuff that made you want to move. And I think I said before, because the talk box took over everything, and there were other popular bands in the day that kind of got lost in the medley. But let me tell you something: when they hit, they hit. They definitely had people. And if you couldn't necessarily get down with the record, and their records were hit and miss at best, they were kind of all over the place. The jams were the cuts, and there was a few album cuts that showcased it because Roger actually did a album of guitar bass with Leroy Sugarfoot from Ohio Players, which was tight. So if you get a chance to find that album, Roger Troutman and Leroy Sugarfoot do. It's Leroy Bonner. I mean, Sugarfoot threw down on that record. But a lot of his songs were geared towards the synthesizer sound and what was happening at the time in radio. So, he was kind of like playing the radio politics and what they're doing. Some bad stuff. And so the crazy thing is by the time we got to Computer Love, which by the way, AOL, the internet was in a Sunday paper 10 years later. So it's like Roger Troutman was like out of this orbit because he figured out something that was on the rise but hadn't made it. So Computer Love predated a whole lot of things to come. And that was a great feather in his cap for what he did, along with the style. Of course, his solo career took off. Obviously, When I Want to Be Your Man, that was a huge hit. He had hits. He had a hit career solo. But that Roger and Zapp era was where it was at as far as the funk and as far as the jams go. You know, um, they gave tribute on songs. And the cat could sing, could play, but the talk box for better for worse became the meal ticket. So it was interesting, but it's good to kind of reflect on what their peak and prime was because they had cuts that definitely hit hard. So I remember, and I'd say 80 through 85 if I'm talking about Roger and Zapp's peak and prime, but they definitely had cuts that we get a lot of play with their records, a lot of play. Please like, subscribe, work on thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear, watch out for another. Share it if you like it. Hit the membership. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm at one time. Peace.